In the midst of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, Russian President Vladimir Putin's recent statement about being ready to halt the war with a negotiated ceasefire has sparked a flurry of speculation and analysis. But what does it truly signify? Is it a genuine gesture towards peace, a tactical maneuver, or a precursor to further escalation? According to sources within Russia, Putin is prepared to agree to a ceasefire that recognizes the current battlefield lines. This proposal, if accepted, would leave Russia in possession of substantial chunks of Ukrainian territory, but without full control. Some analysts argue that such an agreement falls short of Russia's initial objectives, which were primarily focused on regime change in Ukraine rather than territorial expansion. However, it's essential to delve deeper into Putin's intentions. Dr. Gilbert Duro, an international affairs analyst, believes that Russia's core objectives remain densification and demilitarization of Ukraine. Putin's willingness to accept a ceasefire at the current territorial situation may serve Moscow's interests by freezing the conflict while still exerting pressure on Kyiv to meet its demands. But why the sudden offer for a ceasefire? Some speculate that Putin aims to derail a Ukrainian-initiated peace summit in Switzerland by sending out what Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba calls phony signals about readiness for peace. By presenting himself as willing to negotiate, Putin could buy time and manipulate international opinion while pursuing his strategic goals in Ukraine. Moreover, as tensions escalate between Russia, NATO, and the EU, Putin's ceasefire offer could be interpreted as a warning. The introduction of F-16 fighter jets into Ukraine, scheduled for July, threatens to escalate the conflict further. Russia may view this as a provocative move and respond accordingly, potentially leading to direct confrontation with NATO countries. Meanwhile, Hungary's contemplation of redefining its NATO membership and the alignment of some Baltic states and EU nations against Russia add another layer of complexity to the situation. The fear of a wider conflict or escalation looms large, with critics speculating about the possibility of NATO and the EU moving closer than ever to confrontation with Russia. In light of these developments, it's crucial to decipher Putin's true intentions behind the ceasefire offer. Is it a genuine attempt to find a peaceful resolution to the conflict, or merely a tactical maneuver to serve Russia's interests? As the international community navigates this delicate geopolitical landscape, the stakes have never been higher. Ultimately, the path to peace in Ukraine hinges on the willingness of all parties to engage in sincere dialogue and compromise. While the specter of conflict looms large, there remains hope that diplomatic efforts and negotiations can pave the way for a resolution that brings an end to the suffering of the Ukrainian people and restores stability to the region. As the situation continues to unfold, one thing remains clear: the need for diplomatic engagement and international cooperation has never been more pressing. Only through concerted efforts and a commitment to dialogue can the path to peace be forged in the midst of uncertainty and conflict.